So we have had the Chinese model where, for example, they, like India, were one of the early civilizations that settled down to farming activities and moved towards better tools and advanced form of civilization. Then when they started to expand outward, the admirals started to sail around the earth. Suddenly they stopped as a whole civilization and society itself and fell back upon themselves, saying that we won't go out.
Yes.
Why would this happen?
See, the Chinese model is based on centripetal control. It's called the mandate of heaven, and the center of heaven is Beijing or Beijing, which we know it today. And it's about, so when people start going beyond a particular point, they said we cannot control that, and if you don't control, it will lead to chaos. So don't do that. So it didn't come from any noble, I don't think it came from any noble thought. It came from their understanding of the world. For example, the Indian understanding of the world had a very different approach. The Indian understanding of the world said that conquest doesn't matter. So you had this whole bunch of people saying that while it is fine to earn money and it's fine to earn, it really doesn't matter. The question is reflect on what is it that you're doing with it. This was a very reflective, introspective culture. So while we had kings and we had kingdoms, we had a balancing force of hermits going around saying that it doesn't matter, none of it matters. So that was the way India functioned. Europe functioned in a totally different way. Rome functioned very differently. Greece functioned. The fact is, just because we had last 300 years we've been going around conquering the world doesn't mean human beings have not conquered before. You see, we may not have technology, but we still killed people. So the Greeks fought the Persians. Persians destroyed parts of Greece. Greeks destroyed parts of Persia. These were the Romans destroyed Parthia. Parthia destroyed Rome. So it's nothing new. It's been happening. Conflict between over resources has been happening since the time man has come into being. It's just that as technology advances, we have the ability to, what is called the sphere of influences increases dramatically, and therefore the impact is much more. But nothing which is happening now is not something which happened 10,000 years ago. It's just that we think it is dramatic because we are living right now. I'm sure the people that 10,000 years ago thought that their lives were as dramatic and the world was coming to an end in 24 hours.
Right, sir. So what is it on an individual basis that Indian civilization and mythology and beliefs have to offer to the world when it comes to work ethic, peace, prosperity for everyone?
Just asking one question, why are you doing what you're doing? And often that question, we think it's a very simple answer, but it is not. More often than not. I mean, if you have earned 100 crores, why do you want the next 10 crores or 5 crores? How much money do you need to live a very, very luxurious life? Between 10 crores and 100 crores and 10,000 crores, when do you should say it should enough, that's enough? You will be surprised at the answers that you will get.
Really?
We assume that when we have enough money, and that word enough I would like to underline, then we will stop running the rat race. The fact is we never end, because you see we still continue being the rat. So we have to, that's what Indian civilization brings. It asks a reflection. It asks, why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want to be prosperous? Why do you want to be rich? Why do you want to be strong? Why do you want to be handsome? The answers are sometimes very disturbing, and we don't want to deal with those answers. So we focus on doing things rather than thinking about them.
So finally, what is the concept of dharma or righteousness, and how is it played through the ages, whether from the times of the Gita, the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, right up till Ashokan times, and how he renounced the way of conquest?
See, we must be careful. Dharma does not mean, we use words like righteousness, and we have this conventional understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Let's say you are hungry right now, then dharma is eating the food right now. But imagine at that moment your son comes next to you and he is also hungry. Then dharma will be feeding him first and then eating yourself.
Right.
Now imagine a stranger comes at that time who you don't know and he is hungry. Then dharma will be feeding him first, then your son, then you. So dharma is a function of context. Okay, what is right in a particular context? And it means asking yourself, where am I coming from? Am I coming from my needs or am I coming from other person's needs? Most difficult thing is to come from other people's needs. It's very, 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 very difficult. But the journey of humanity is to think about other people, and that's what dharma is all about.